Hi, I'm Sam Tardio, and you probably already know I'm campaigning for a seat on the City Council. You know, I think it's every person's right to be able to express their opinion, but I don't think we should have to be subjected to lies to support someone's opinion. I've come across a few people that seem very concerned with limiting our City Council by voting no on home rule. I think that's a nice gesture, and certainly a vote of confidence for the new council. But I want to give you an example of what's happening right now, right here in Sedona, and why it makes voting no on home rule and yes on permanent base adjustment the right choice for the citizens of Sedona. If you're familiar with the upcoming uptown construction that is scheduled for next spring, you might already know that it will literally bastardize uptown. It will cost realtors, it'll cost retailers in loss of sales during construction. It will make uptown less desirable for tourists by having pedestrian bridges and less of a hometown feel, and it will make uptown look like a mini Vegas. There's literally not one positive side to this project. Now, the reason for this bastardization is to reduce the backup of traffic in the canyon. They believe by moving traffic through uptown quicker, it will reduce the backup. I agree. Moving traffic quicker through uptown will reduce the canyon backup. But if you can't eliminate the cause of the present backup, then it makes no sense. The cause is at the Schnebly Hill roundabout because it only has one exit lane. The design of this project makes 3 lanes of traffic ultimately funnel into 1 lane of traffic that must exit the Schnebly Hill roundabout. So we presently have a backup with 2 lanes funneling into 1 lane that is suddenly going to improve by having 3 lanes funnel into 1 lane. I'm not kidding. This is a Sedona in Motion project approved by the City Council, and I'm assuming the in-house engineer must also think this makes sense. I have to repeat this because it is so ludicrous. We presently have 2 lanes of traffic funneling into 1 lane, which creates our backup. So the solution is to make the road wider, getting traffic there quicker, so we can have 3 lanes of traffic funneling into 1 lane, and they believe that will miraculously eliminate our problem. I mean, they must believe this, or why would they continue to shove this down our throats? Maybe they haven't noticed, but it's still ultimately 1 lane exiting the roundabout. I don't care if you widen it for 400 foot past that point and merge into 1 lane, it still creates the backup. If this wasn't so sad, it would be funny, really. So the City Council has approved funding for this project, $12 million. You know, with PBA already in place, this funding would have to be approved by the citizens. PBA, if approved by the voters, would cap us at $36 million, which is about $3 million more than we've spent for each of the last 5 years. So there are no cuts to anything, even though the yes side keeps claiming so. Nope, no cuts, nada. But people say, hey, it costs $25,000 so the people can have a vote. Well, so what? I'll gladly pay $25,000 to stop a stupid action that's going to hurt this city and cost us $12 million. Just maybe the City Council wouldn't approach the citizens to vote unless they had a project that made absolute sense. Changing to PBA doesn't cut anything, and the cap increases every year. We still control our money. I mean, what's more controlling than applying a self-imposed cap on your own spending? This is a choice. This is not a state forcing any constraints on us, as some people like to complain. With PBA, the override for additional funds must go through the City Council and then to the people to decide if the funds are warranted or not. Why would people not want oversight over big expenditures? Ask yourself, what would your vote be right now as to whether the city should proceed with this project or not? But you know what? You don't have a vote, do you? Instead, we're all stuck with a stupid decision, and we're going to pay for it in more ways than money. People say, well, vote them out. I agree, they need to be voted out, but who are you voting in? You see, respect is given and trust is earned. Obviously, the voters thought they could trust this City Council, but if we already had PBA, this wouldn't be the issue. I want to be on the City Council, but I'm telling you as a citizen, you shouldn't blindly trust people you don't really know. All you know are their promises. Would you leave your signed checkbook open sitting on the table with people telling you, don't worry, we'll spend your money wisely? If the next City Council proves their worth, then bring back home rule, assuming you and the City Council feel the need for it. Right now, it's important to Sedona's future to vote no on home rule and yes on PBA. It stops irresponsible spending and what could be forever suffering from a stupid decision. Please, you're welcome to tell me how I'm wrong. Write it down. Thank you.